this used to be a big deal, like the whole environmental climate thing used to be a part of pop culture, and we really were on the path to sort of like embracing it as a cultural narrative. And then Al Gore lost the election, and there was this big push from climate deniers and institutes funded by fossil fuel and stuff to really push the denial, really question the science, really like poke holes and put doubt in people's minds. And if you just see like the opinion polls of like, oh, is climate change real? Is it a problem? And that kind of thing. We take this huge dip in the 2000s as they really do a very good job of confusing the American public about what's real and what's not, and what's concerning and what's not concerning. And it stalled us. I mean, essentially, we were well on our way to embracing this at the cultural level and trying to figure out a solution. And then we became thoroughly divided, as some people stuck to what they knew and what the science was, and some people, went to the more, in many ways, more comfortable conclusion that it's not our fault, it's not our problem, we don't need to be worried about it. So we're pulling up out of that nosedive now. If you will look back at those charts as they, as Obama was elected, and I don't want to put this all on Bush and Obama, it's almost has nothing to do with them. But the public opinion polls are turning around, and especially in 2012, it's turning around as people see the real effects of what's happening. So, I don't know, maybe at the end of 2012 we'll be back to where we were roughly in terms of the cultural narrative. We'll be roughly back to where we were in the year 2000. And we just have to move forward from there. I mean, when we reach consensus, that's all it'll take. The action part of it, the money and the mobilization, is almost the easy part. It's just the political will and changing minds. Changing minds is the hardest part of all. So I'm, optimistic, perhaps in ways that you are not, but I'm optimistic. That's what people say, like when they joke. They joke when I tell them, I see them and I haven't seen them in a while. They're like, they know about the website and all that kind of stuff, and they're like, oh, you fixed the environment yet? And I'm like, yeah, big cultural shift. You didn't feel it? That was me.
Yesterday.
That was me. You're welcome.